This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. It's a strong pack. I think we do take the attendance. I think it's a bomb. You know, it's not quite like an solid A plus kind of bomb, just because you do have to make it to your next turn, generally speaking. And it doesn't add to the board if your opponent kills it right away in most cases, but it does take over games really, really effectively. And so I think it's what we take here. You know, just the ping ability, the size, etc. It's great. After that, this pack has a pretty steep drop-off. I like Brinecomber. I'd probably consider it here, even though it's multicolored. It's probably the next best card. And Fleeting Spirit's not bad either, but yeah. Okay, this is an interesting pick here. It does feel like removal is super important. It's important in all formats, but it feels extra important here because there's so many powerful creatures that can take over games. And so Hero's Downfall is great. The only thing is giving up the Blood Tithe Harvester hurts me a little bit just because it's such a sweet card for this deck. But, I mean, there's also a Bleed Dry here. But I would take Hero's Downfall over it. It's really between the Harvester and the Downfall, and I think, man, I think it's the Downfall in the end here. I think it's got to be. So, yeah. Thank you for the follow, Gobo Jr. We just take the removal here. Okay. Well, best card in this pack is probably Wolf Strike. This gets interesting in this deck. I mean, if we do end up in a vampire deck, it's worth considering just because of how nice it is in this deck. Like, it won't damage a bunch of our creatures. So we could consider taking it over Wolf Strike. I think Wolf Strike is better overall. I think we take Vampire's Vengeance in the end. Yeah, you know, the Harvester is also removal. That's true. It's tricky, slow removal that can be easily prevented by your opponent, you know, since it's on a 3/2 creature. But it is removal. That's for sure. So, Wolf Strike again. We've also got a Magma Pummeler, which is nice, but kind of an awkward card. Biolume Egg is a card I like a lot, too. You do need to end up in a sacrifice deck to actually do stuff with it. I'm leaning a little towards Wolf Strike here. Yeah, I think we'll take Wolf Strike. Okay. So, you know, Red-Green is on the table, and Runebound Wolf gets interesting in that deck. I think we probably still take the Guest here. It's a nice card for a lot of different decks. And makes blood and stuff, so yeah. Another Vampire's Vengeance is getting interesting. I do like Courier Bat a fair bit. You do need to be gaining life to take advantage of it the most of all. But yeah. Combatants, that is a pretty nice card. A second Vampire's Vengeance is a bit interesting. I think I'd probably just take the Bat here, though. We want to end up with ways to gain life like this, but we take Bleed Dry over it. I also take it over the Celebrant, which I'd like, but we just want to jam a bunch of removal. Ooh, this is a good pickup for us. You know, we'll be making blood already. This also gives us a little more incentive to gain life as well. I do like the Guest and the Bat, but we take the 2-mana 1/3 there for sure. Okay, white looks pretty open. I mean, these are all very playable. Well, these three are playable white cards, but I think we just take the Ghoul. Black seems pretty open. I guess maybe white is the next most open color, so that's something to keep an eye on. Not that this pack is really a reflection of that. I think we just take the Combatants. You know, Blood Servitor does give us blood, but it's not a very good card overall. Yeah, the Black-Green Toughness deck is an interesting one, that's for sure. So I think we grab Skulking Killer here over these other cards. I mean, it is a vampire for one thing. All right, Gargantua's not bad. It's, you know, black seems very open. We do have a really good red card, but we do have to consider maybe going a different route. Malice isn't completely unplayable. You'd have to end up in a pretty specific deck. In the Festivities, however, is... Ooh, okay. Well, this card's really strong. You know, it didn't make my top 10 biggest bombs list. I gave it a bomb grade in my set review, but it was like number 11 for me. But I've had about 100 bajillion people in the top 10 say this should be in it. And they might be right. It didn't make it, but obviously it's what we take here. It's a great card. We do even... If this could wheel, we're going to be pretty excited because Olivia's Attendants and Dreadfest Demon are so good. I wouldn't mind a Celebrant making its way around, but yeah, we take Dreadfest here. We've already got a fair bit of removal, so we're trying to go for the long game, and the more removal, the better, given that we have these two monsters. So I think we grab Flame Blessed Bolt here. Great removal. Exile stuff. I like it more than the other options. So I think I'm really leaning into black-red at this point, unless something really crazy happens. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, of course, the pack dictates what'll happen. So we can transform this reasonably well with our blood. Grizzly Ritual does give us another removal spell, even if it is a costly one. Doomed Dissenter is not a bad thing to have. It's definitely better in blue-black, but it's not bad. We could lose a lower curve, that's for sure. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Recluse here. Ritual's fine, but it's not great. Okay, so Desperate Farmer is not going to be super easy to make work in this particular deck. Reckless Impulse isn't something you really want when you have two really high mana cards. I don't really want them to get exiled. It might still be the pick here. I mean, it isn't bad. Could take the Heirloom just to fix, but I guess Impulse is probably the pick. It might make the cut for us. Interesting. Okay, so... There's another Desperate Farmer, and yeah, it does gain us life. That's true. It's not particularly good if you can't transform it, and we're not super good at doing it easily, but it might still be the pick now over, like, another Combatants. Yeah, probably is. Red is just not very open. I really haven't seen anything that makes me want to switch things up, but, you know, not a ton anyway. Yeah, another Combatants, probably. Okay, well, we like that this Blood Tithe Harvester came back. We're very happy to take one of those. Actually, this, yeah. I don't know if that's the one we've already seen. I don't think it was. That was pack 1, if I recall. So this is a nice thing to get Blood Online quickly and early. And we're kind of interested in doing it. We have payoffs for it. Falconwrath Celebrants, you know, we've already got top curve. I don't think we're grabbing something like Celebrants. Pointed Discussion's not bad, but I think I like the Epicure a little more. It's definitely a more aggressive card than maybe we're leaning, but yeah. All right, we'll take the Wolf. It's a 2-mana 2/2 if nothing else, and that seems fine to me. Oh, never mind. We want Blood Fountain really bad, actually. I'm glad I noticed it was here, because with 2 bombs, we definitely want to be grabbing Blood Fountain. We'll grab another bat here. We'll grab a Doomed Dissenter. Grab a random Heirloom. Doubt we're going to have enough spells for that, but... Ooh. So by invitation only is really good. I do think at this point we don't really want to be pivoting. It's not so good. I mean, especially when we already have a bomb in each of our colors, that taking it here is the right thing to do. So we won't. This pack is not an impressive one otherwise, though. We could take another Recluse. You know, it's nice because it overlaps with our discard stuff and our life gain stuff. So once she transforms, you know. It's kind of where I'm leading. I mean, I don't love it, but this is a pretty weak pack. We've already got 2 bats and not a lot of ways to gain life, so... I don't think we have... Yeah, we have nowhere near enough spells for the Raconteur to be the right pick there. This is a nice little card for a more controlling deck. You know, hates on the graveyard, gains you some life, trades with anything. I think I like the idea of taking it here. It's definitely not exciting, but I think it's what we want. Another Skulking Killer. I don't think so. I don't think we, again, we just don't need this high curve card when we've got what we've got. I mean, I might play it over the Gargantua in this deck, I suppose, but... Yeah, maybe I do just take it here over the Ghoul and a Killer. Yeah, maybe we do. I mean, the Ghoul's not great. Our curve's reasonable. I think we do take the Celebrants here and see what happens. So this is an interesting card that I want to play with. I feel like it's pretty good, but the problem is we haven't ended up in the most aggressive deck ever. So I'm kind of leaning towards not taking it here. I think it would have been much better in our last deck, for example. Ridgewolf's nice, but I think we grab another Gluttonous Guest. It's another card that overlaps these life gain and blood themes, which right now I think we're pretty interested in, so... So, this, you know, this is here for the blue-black deck mostly. How many wolves and werewolves do we have? Not any. So, this is really just a 2-mana 2/2. I guess that means the Ghoul is a little better. I don't hate Honeymoon Hearse. Yeah, I think we take the Ghoul here. I don't know that we're going to play it, but... Okay, I like Undead Butler. It's definitely better in blue-black, but it's a nice card for any black deck, so... We're grabbing it. We'll take another guest here. So we're actually kind of getting there on our life gain blood overlap at this point. Okay. This card's an interesting one. I'm not sure I love it. We could actually use more removal. I mean, we have a decent amount, but Lacerate Flesh is looking a little interesting in this situation. I think the Traveler's probably just better. Okay, we'll grab another bat here. We could consider Pointed Discussion, but I think another bat seems good. We'll take Aim for the Head here. That's a late Syncopate. Okay. Grab another Skulking Killer, I guess. Well, yeah. Probably not playing either of them, but... Probably not playing our combatants either. So... I think this deck ended up pretty good. Red wasn't as open as I would have liked it to be. But I like that... Yeah. Don't think we want Vampire's Kiss. It's another card that sort of straddles life gain and blood, but... Okay. So, probably not playing these killers. It is kind of a funny combo with, like, Innocent Traveler, I guess, but... So, I think we probably don't play those killers. Are we aggressive enough to want Voldaren Epicure? Probably don't play Mind Leech Ghoul. I think we do play the Dissenter, even if we're not doing anything super awesome with it. It's a pretty good card overall. And we do have the Gargantua, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, we're definitely not that aggressive. I would agree with you there. I think that probably means we lose the Epicure. These other, you know, most of our other early drops are more defensive things, and that makes sense, I think. We probably don't play this Desperate Farmer. We're not that good at making it do what we want it to. How many vampires did we end up with? 7. I mean, we may not want Vampire's Vengeance the way this deck ended up. I mean, I guess you have a Death Trigger. You get too big for it, and you have a Death Trigger, so maybe the Vengeance makes sense. Oh yeah, we probably keep it instead of Combatants, actually. Combatants are definitely an aggro card that I don't think we're about. Yeah. Yeah, you know, the bats may not be great the way this deck panned out. In terms of ways to gain life, we have this once it transforms. And we also have, well, we have 3 Gluttonous Guests, I guess. And enough ways to make blood that it's probably worth it. We actually don't have a ton of ways to make blood. But yeah, maybe we want to cut a Courier Bat for like a Mind Leech Ghoul. I mean, Aim for the Head's not a bad card for this deck, really. But I think a Mind Leech Ghoul is probably going to be a little better than a 3rd Courier Bat in this particular deck. Yeah. All right. Okay. It's an interesting hand. We definitely got, yeah, we have a ton of recursion, which I think will be a good thing in the long run, but maybe we have too much. I mean, a hand like this, you know, our Butler plus lots of other things. So I think we'd probably play out the Recluse just because it's a better attacker. Sacking the Dissenter with our Gargantua seems pretty legit at some point. Aha! So it's the Toughness deck. Let's play another Recluse here. If we draw a way to make blood, I think we'll be pretty happy. Our first deck was, yeah, white-green. It was actually a pretty good deck, but we had some significant mana issues. It wasn't like an incredible deck, I don't think, but I think it probably could have 5-3'd, you know. So I think we'd probably play Dissenter Butler this turn and then Gargantua next turn. Hopefully the Gargantua... We don't really want them to play too much other stuff. That is a thing with the Death Trigger, which is annoying. But yeah, I think we just swing with both our Recluses here. Let them block and surveil if they want to, and if they don't... What do they reveal? Alright, so Doom Dissenter, Undead Butler. So there's a demon, and that's why that's why we have things like Undead Butler. We can also discard our big scary creatures early, which isn't a bad thing. I'd be really ecstatic here if their only creature is catapult fodder, but it looks like it might be. They're going to go after our Butler. Little do they know, we have so much recursion that we don't really care. So yeah, we're going to play Gargantua here. Hopefully just kill their catapult fodder and... Yep, that looks like what's going to happen here. So yeah, play Gargantua. Get that thing out of the way. Swing for 2. Okay. We're not doing great. It feels right now like our deck's lacking some synergy, but I think we've kind of just drawn cards wrong in the wrong order. Like if we just had our Gluttonous Guest right now in play, we'd be in pretty great shape. So I think we swing out here. We'll drop them to 12. I'm sure they block our Gargantua, but that's fine at this point. And we'll play our bat here just for the flyer. And play this land. Looking at bashing for 6 a turn here. Alright, so bash for 4. Play another bat. I mean, the good news about the bats is their fail case is still a solid card. That's the good news about bats. But yeah. I think maybe one more way to gain life would be good. I mean, I do think, honestly, having 3 of these is probably going to actually work out for us a little more often than it has so far. Because the 3 Gluttonous Guests will power a whole lot of cards in this deck, since it sort of is an enabler for everything. Speaking of which, so now they're going to... I can't attack them on the ground anymore. And they're going to be gaining life. Wouldn't hate drawing our big scary zombie or one of our recursion cards for a demon. Ugh. We have not had great luck today so far. I mean, this was definitely a 17 land deck. I mean, with the 6 and a 7 and stuff. Wow. Yeah, we're drawing cards in the wrong order, basically, is how I would describe this situation. Alright, that dies. We play this. We haven't made a single blood token or gained any life at all in this game. Which, again, I think is unusual. I don't think that's how things are going to go for the most part. Okay, well, that's helpful. Yeah, I mean, I think we probably just fire it off and attack them with our 2/2, and then they have to draw a creature who can block or they're dead, so... Luckily, they didn't do blood in response. Oh, I guess they can't, because they don't have a card in their hand. So yeah, they have 2 shots here to draw away not to die, and they did. Mind Leech Ghoul, you don't do a whole lot here, but another body works. I'm actually going to sack this just so they can't get blood. I don't really want them to get blood, so... Okay, this thing's getting close to transforming, which will be interesting if we get there. Aha! The recursion has arrived. So... I guess I grab probably Courier Bat, since they're at the life they are, and of course Dreadfest Demon. Yeah. So we'll grab Courier Bat and our Demon. So, yeah, they have to kill the bat or die, which means our demon's less likely to die. if they do have removal. So, oh, that's annoying, but we still win. You know, that was a moral victory for them, I guess. To not have to see the demon. Right, so I'm pretty happy we got out of that thing with a win because, I mean, the most synergistic play we had, I guess, was playing our Gargantua when we did. Like, that really was backbreaking for them. But not having the life gain or blood line up at all, I think, was an unusual situation. All right, pretty good hand. You know, I would love a third land, but I think we still hold on to it. We have a 2-drop after all, so... And our Gluttonous Guest will help that thing transform. We do need to draw that third land. We also had, yeah, we had some mana issues in that last game too, and still managed to pull things out. Drawing a land there is really good. So I think we play the Guest here. And we probably use it next turn to transform this thing. Depends what they do, of course. They may kill our Recluse here to prevent this from happening. It doesn't transform till our instep, which is a little bit of a bummer. I probably discard Dreadfest Demon, as crazy as that is, just because we have so many ways to get it back. I could discard a land instead, but I don't think we do. We hold on to the removal. I think we discard our Demon. We're going to attack first, see what happens there, obviously. Okay, so that kills our Recluse. Yeah, alright. I can live with that. We end our turn, just leave up our removal. So, do I want to crack my blood or hold on to it so I can gain life with other cards? I think we kind of want to hold on to it. We're going to use Bleed Dry here. Right, Doom Dissenter. If only this format didn't have Graveyard Hate, like discarding our Dread Feast Demon would be really good. Yeah, so you're a removal spell. That isn't good news for me. I'd probably kill Blood Tithe Harvester with Hero's Downfall, which is kind of a lame use of the card, but... sort of feel like that's where we are. Do I want to use my blood? I don't think so. Maybe I'm trying a little too hard to hold on to the life gain effect, but... So yeah, we kind of had to kill this Harvester. Would have been nice to draw a cheaper way to kill it. You know, not have to use up our best cards, but... So this time, I think there's a very good chance that what I should do here is discard Dreadfeast Demon to our blood, because we really want to hit our 6th land. Ooh, that is... that's not good. So we did... now we really want to hit that 6th land, I'd say. Although, if we can draw a 6th and a 7th land back-to-back, obviously that's amazing, so... That's kind of funny right there, because now we can block their Daybreak combatants, and I think we probably do. Yeah, so I think we discard our Dreadfeast Demon here. Try to hit a 6th land as hard as we can. It would have been great to get that reanimation spell in this deck. So we'll be able to get him back, probably. And we do get our 6th land. This is just when it does damage, right? Yeah. So we attack with our guest here. So we have to hope they don't have removal. Stuff like that. Then we can start, you know, gaining a bunch of life, which is going to be good. So they're trying to dig for, like, a real card to kill our attendants, I'm sure, and they have it, unfortunately. And it even gets exiled, so that's not good for us, in case you didn't know. The good news is, like I said a minute ago, we can get it back. We may want to get our demon back even more, but... Uh-oh. Okay, so let's play Undead Butler here. I think we're in trouble. This can gain Menace next turn. That already has Menace, so, you know. So we have no cards in our hand, which is nice. Okay. So the awkward thing here is they're going to force me to block with my guest. So I'm not going to have a creature to sacrifice. I'm just going to have a 6/6. Oh, I won't be able to block anyway. I still think we grab our demon, but I think it's too slow because this gains Menace. They can make me discard it too, so it doesn't really matter what I did. Does this exile the card? Yeah. We do get to draw a card, which may or may not be useful. Oh yeah, I'm dead. So yeah. That was an annoying game. We were in such good shape, but they just had answers, you know, for the first star attendance, and yeah. Menace. So if I cracked the blood, I would have just drawn another card, and then they would have gotten rid of it. So it wouldn't have really mattered. I guess, you know, gets us deeper into our deck. Alright, this looks pretty good. We may actually get to set up our Courier Bat in this game. I'm glad there wasn't a Syncopate waiting for me there. Those are not fun. I probably should just play my Courier Bat here instead of being greedy. Probably. Yeah. And we'll pass the turn. That's a horrible Sigarda's Imprisonment because I can still just use its ability. Like, I just take 2 here and then use this to kill that next turn. Yeah. So we just go... See you later. That is a 2-for-1. The question is... What do I want to play here? I guess the Scavenger seems pretty good. I think Blood Fountain Courier Bat also seems pretty good, though. Yeah, we're just going to play another Bat. We're not going to get to use the ability, but... See, maybe they were trying to make me use up my removal. So, I think we play the Traveler here. We already lost to this card once today. Okay, good. Didn't this time. We were in pretty good shape. Alright, pretty good. We're already going to get one blood token up front. Then we'll get another one from this. So this may transform pretty easily. We'll see. Yeah, I think they were in a situation where they just didn't have anything. And so it was going to go to my turn, and then I would end up with a 5/3 flyer too, right? Their creature was a human. So yeah. So we can transform this on turn 3 potentially, and I think it'll be worth doing if our Vengeance kills something. Okay, well now we don't have to use the Vengeance even to transform it, which is good. We can actually just play the Guest, sack them both, gain 2 life, and transform our Bloodseeker. Pretty spicy. Yeah, the question here is whether or not they have counter magic, but we'll find out, won't we? So we play our Guest. They have Syncopate here. Does not look like they do. So I think we just transform this for the extra damage here. They could have a bounce spell, but it's not exactly a big deal if they do, frankly. So I think we just do this. I mean, bounce spell, trade bounce spell for 2 treasures that also gain me 2 life anyway. Seems fine to me. Okay. So we're gonna attack here. So I think we just end the turn. Yeah. A 5th land will mean we can start using that activated ability, which will be pretty spicy. Do I feel good about giving up our Vampire's Vengeance here? I kind of do. The Gargantua is not bad either, because I know I can get it back with Blood Fountain later. But yeah, I think we go ahead and sack. Although if I have both of these together, can I cancel this? If I wait until my turn, I can get a free blood token every turn, so that seems pretty good overall. Okay, well now we're in really good shape. I think we just attack and leave up mana for our ability. And our removal. And everything else. We could just play Gargantua as a 5/4. Am I being greedy? Probably. The answer is probably. Okay, well, we'll be okay. So they don't have any reason to exploit. So... do I just want to use the ability? Probably not. Okay, so here I think we probably do just play out our Gargantua. And, yeah, I'll play this land. It's going to be tough for them to win this with this in play. That was a pretty sweet turn 2, turn 3, that's for sure. Thank you for the follow, Godfrey. Nice. That's the kind of start I was envisioning when we put this deck together, but it's probably not realistic to think we're going to get more of them. It's funny, you know, we're 3-1 right now, and we haven't played either of our bombs. Oh, we did play... the game we lost, we played our attendants, and they got killed right away. But I think that's good, you know. Stealing wins without bombs sticking is good. Well, winning without bombs sticking is good, because then we're probably going to steal 1 or 2 games with the demon and or the attendants, so... I would think. Yeah, this deck's pretty fun. I mean, I think we got a nice mix of a life gain blood deck going. And really that 3-mana 1/4 is at the heart of it all, which is kind of what was to be expected. This thing. Good hand. Got a bunch of removal, so might get to set up Gluttonous Guest, Courier Bat. A 2-drop would have been nice, of course, but... you know. Okay. So, ooh. That's a good card. I probably don't use it now. I'd rather just add to the board here. And I think adding the bat is better. But, yeah. I guess if they put a counter on this, I'm going to be pretty sad. So this is a great thing to hit with our bolt. Drawing a land there is really good. So, yeah, we attack with our bat here. Play our Gluttonous Guest. I could get greedy here and try to use this, like, if they try to put a counter on the infantry. The only problem I could see there is they could have a trick in response. But I guess if it attacks me, I can just block with my 1/4. And then Flame Blessed bolted in response to the trick, potentially. Yeah, I think we hold on to our bolt here. Tricks traded for removal is okay. When your opponent's getting board position and you're, like, not, it's less okay. But if they try to use a trick, we also can just use Flame Blessed Bolt, so it's not a big problem. Okay. Well, I think we go ahead and bolt this. Get rid of it forever. So we need one more land, and then our attendants can come down. We'll attack with our bat again. So that's not awesome, but we can still block them, so... oh, you know, the mana? The mana's not good. I probably should have killed one on my turn if I had then the other one wouldn't have transformed. So we definitely should have gone that route. But I didn't. So, alright, so Bleed Dry on the Geist seems okay here. Gets rid of another creature with a graveyard ability. And yeah, we don't really want to use our blood here. Okay. We don't have a creature in our graveyard right now, but we'll attack again with our bat. So these are both still going to stay big, and they're still going to have all that mana. I really screwed that up. There's not really anything I can do about it. The only potential thing I could do about it is crack the blood, discard the butler. I don't hate that plan. I actually think I'm going to do it. They actually don't have... I mean, they do have mana problems, but these both add 2. So they don't have serious mana problems. Yeah, I kind of have to Hero's Downfall one of these things. Which sucks. But, you know. We've used up most of our removal, which I don't love. So yeah, we're going to discard our Butler and try to hit a 6th land here. Okay. Could be way worse. Yeah, so we're going to sack this blood. Discard Butler. Okay, so we do hit our 6th land. Yeah, so we just play Olivia's Attendants here and hope we get to untap. I mean, it's kind of what it comes down to. Right now, our Vengeance is not good at all. Kills our bat and doesn't kill anything of theirs. I mean, I can set up ways to kill it. So, that's another, you know, instance where, yeah, this can't attack or block, but I can use its ability, and its ability is really good. They don't have enough mana to exile it this turn. Yeah, I guess they end up in a situation where next turn they can just get rid of it entirely, so it's actually not that bad for them. It's funny, you know, people have been talking in chat about how there's all these bombs and not enough removal, but it seems like every time we play one, the removal's there. Okay. So, I could ping... Yeah, I mean, I guess we just play our Dissenter and pass here. We could try to double spell, but it'll kill our Courier Bat, and that's just not great. I could use Vengeance, kill our bat, and ping the Heron Blessed Geist, but that also isn't great. I think we just play the Dissenter and leave mana up for the ping. So they're going to have to use up, yeah, their whole turn here. So I probably ping the Geist in response. I get a treasure out of it, or treasure. I get a blood token out of it. And then they also can't really attack with the Geist this turn, although the Geist next turn will, and a future turn rather, would be able to do a thing. As bad as Vengeance is here, I think we probably just throw it away. Improve our draw here. Mind Leech Ghoul. Mind Leech Ghoul's kind of good here. Since we have a Doomed Dissenter. So yeah, let's Mind Leech Ghoul. Sack our Dissenter. What just got exiled? Well, we got a real card. The Disciple. Wasn't a land or anything. I wonder if they have the Wrath. The Wrath would be real bad. Man, they've got a lot of Heron Blessed Geists, and they're doing a pretty good job right now, overall. We're going to hold on to this, because if we ever draw a way to discard with, you know, a blood token, our Recluse will transform. Not loving our situation here. So they've got us on a pretty quick clock with those Geists. Blood Fountain. You don't have anything great to get back, but there's some stuff. Yeah, so... Plus we can transform our Recluse, actually. Which probably matters. Ooh. These are both going to transform, which is pretty cool. I think I probably rumble with our bat here. And just accept the fact I'm probably taking 6. Then we play Recluse number 2. So they're both going to transform into 3/3s that drain life, which is pretty good right here. This also shrinks down to a 2/3. That was pretty sweet. Discarding a treasure and drawing a Ragged Recluse is a pretty nice little occurrence. I mean, assuming you can play the Recluse. I guess that's key. So they're chilling out a little bit on swinging out, which I think is good news for us. Yeah, I guess that becoming a 3/4 is a problem. Yeah, we'll play our guest here. They've got 2 blockers, 3 cards in hand. Block both of those and take 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, not enough. Unfortunately. I can't actually sack a blood right now, and that's a problem. Because I don't have a card in my hand. When I do sack a blood, gaining 2 is going to be pretty nice. Plus, these can drain, so... Yeah, we fired off, like, all our removal in the early part of this game. Which is kind of how we made it to this point, but... we don't have much left in our deck. Alright, so we take the 3 here again. They may attack with both. If they attack with both... No, they... Yeah, we'll just take 3. So I play you. You get another blood token at the end of the turn, but then I can sack them, gain 4, and transform this. No, that won't work. Because I'll only gain the life if I sack this. But I can attack with my witches, I guess, to make sure I gain life. Then I get a blood token, and then I can sack them both, gain 4. That seems reasonable, I think. If you gain life this turn, create a blood token. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to rumble with both witches here. Oh, activate only as a sorcery. Good call. Good call. So I'd have to wait till my next turn. It might still be worth doing. It probably is. Yeah. I can actually crack my blood fountain too, so whatever dies I can get back and play next turn. Alright, so yeah, let it happen. Play Bloodseeker. So we're obviously going to have to block Heron Blessed Geist here. Or die. So if they have removal here, we're just dead. So let's hope that's not what happens. Because we only have the bats to protect us in the sky. So yeah, we'll gain 2 when we sack these, which is nice. This will transform, have its drain ability online. Yeah, so we have to block 1. Ooh, does that just kill us? Yes. Especially because I can't sack blood right now. Yeah. They got us. Well, still haven't won a game with a bomb. That would have been a good game to draw our demon, that's for sure. I didn't have the mana to do that. Otherwise, yes, I could have. I don't know if I would have seen that I could have done that. But yeah, I would have needed 1 mana left over. Like I said, might not have seen it if I could have done it, but I couldn't, unfortunately. All right, pretty good hand. We can transform this early. No syncopate there makes me happy. Well, that's not good. Well, Vampire's Vengeance will help, but that's going to transform in the very near future. And I don't have a way to deal with it at all, so don't love that. I will be able to wipe them, which is good. So yeah, we're going to Crack a Blood here. Discard a Swamp. Gain a life. And pass our turn. So I can use the Vengeance here, which is nice. I'm not looking forward to the Anthem, but yeah. I don't think it's worth running Crushing Canopy in this format. I mean, yeah, there are some scary artifacts, but they're mostly at higher rarities. It's tempting to say after you get crushed by the Dollhouse that you should have it, but, you know, more often than not, you'll get a card like that and it won't do anything. So, they can activate this. Yeah. I guess... Darn, I don't get to kill that with my Vengeance. And it's going to become a 3/4? Yeah. So, they're going to get another one. And then we're going to Vengeance. Let's Crack a Blood here up front. Discard a Mountain. So that thing can't block. Flame Blast Bolt did get a lot less impressive in a world where our opponent's creatures are all going to be getting buffed. So drops them to 15. We can play our Attendants next turn. Will they actually do what they're supposed to do this time? Which is, you know, take over the game by getting us to our next turn. Ooh, we can kill that with Flame Blessed Bolt. That's nice. Not that, though. Alright, so yeah, we'll Flame Blessed Bolt this, because we're just not going to see that many things we can kill with it. So, fire it off when we can. So I think we play the Attendants here. I could use Bleed Dry on the Rallier, but I think just playing the Attendants and forcing them to be able to do a thing is pretty good. They probably take her out. I mean, they are in blue-white, so good chance we at least get her to our next turn to ping a thing or two, but that might not matter. They could bounce them, which would be bad, so... Yeah, so they're going to go all out here on aggro, which I think we like. Okay. Gain some more life. Too bad we didn't get that earlier, but... So we have 7 mana right now. So I think we probably kill Militia Rallier and swing out here. That seems to make a lot of sense. They could have destroy target attacking creature. That card would be really annoying. Doesn't look like it, though. We get all those blood tokens, which is a beautiful thing. And this will drain them. Well, no, it won't. They don't have a creature in their graveyard. We can exile our own creature with it, though. We don't have one in our graveyard either. Okay. So we're in pretty good shape here, I'd say. It's going to take something monumental to get out of it. There we go. Bomb stole us a game, finally. I think we lose that game without our bomb, so... Nice hand. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and Bleed Dry is in the mix. Flame Blessed Bolt. Okay. Well, if our opponent's doing that, it makes me feel pretty good about our situation. They're just cantripping, you know? I have a feeling our Traveler is going to be pretty spicy next turn. He was making a joke about the exile because the reason I couldn't drain my opponent is because they had no card in the graveyard, creature card, because I exiled it. Ooh. That Flame Blessed Bolt's annoying. Kind of makes me want to just use my Harvester here to kill that. But then they still have the Bolt, so it's probably not worth it. So yeah, I think we just attack with our guest here. Play our Traveler. And, yeah, let them use the Bolt on our Harvester. So if they don't play a thing this turn, Innocent Traveler is going to be a problem for them. Bye-bye, Harvester. It's been real. Oh yeah, they definitely have more of those, yeah. I mean, that's the reason they were just firing them off for value. So, I was gonna say, they don't really have a good choice, no matter how you, roll there. I'm gonna crack a blood token here. Discard a mountain. Gain a life. So our Recluse will transform at the end of our turn. Could have Bounce Spell here. They do. But the good news is we can just replay. Oh, never mind. That costs 4. Just kidding. We can replay it, but I think just playing the Recluse is honestly better here. Yeah, we'll play the Recluse. I think gaining life is going to be a pretty good strategy against them because they're clearly all about ancestral anger. Okay. Right now, at least, they're not crewing that thing. So we're going to attack with both of these. Are they going to try to do something here? Serpentine Ambush, huh? So I think we just go for the 2-for-1 here and bleed dry. We still have our blood up, which is nice, and we'll be using it at the end of their turn. Well, it can help crew Honeymoon Hearse and Scries for them. And I'm sure they have at least a couple ways to sack it. Alright, yeah. So we'll crack that. Discard a mountain. Okay. Drawing another Recluse there after we've already cracked a treasure is a bit of a bummer, but, you know. Alright, so let's go to combat. We'll swing with both. Drain them alive. They block the 3/3. We hit them for 1. So the Traveler is actually really bad here. What a funny situation we're in. Because they can just sack this thing and get a 4/4. I do still get a flyer, so it may be worth it. It's probably worth it. I think we go Traveler, Butler here. Oh yeah, only transforms if they don't sack. That's true. I still think it's worth doing, though. I wouldn't mind getting back that Gargantua. I definitely attack with Undead Butler here in an attempt to get the value we want. Oh, why didn't that work? Ah, beginning of the next instep, that's why. Alright, I'm down with that. So we're going to rumble with everybody. And then we play the attendants, I think, to pressure them, yeah. Counter magic could be here. It is. You know, in the way these games have panned out, that 4-mana 4/2 that gives -2/-2 to a thing might have been pretty good in our deck. We've had a lot of situations where opponent has like one creature, you know? Okay. Interesting. Aha! Makes sense now. Okay, that's not good. I'd say we're in some trouble now, to say the least. Took a lot of mana, but they did the nasty thing you can do with those those threaten effects in this format. Yeah, Flame Blast Bolt will make our Undead Butler pretty sad. Or our Ragged Recluse, but I'm guessing they take down the Butler. Yeah, this isn't good. I mean, we're still okay-ish. I mean, we're at 19 and they're at 4, but Their board state has gotten problematic, to say the least. I'd say I want Dreadfest Demon, but we can't actually play it. We need to draw one more land. Okay, so I think I send in the Butler, honestly. If I can lower their life enough, I have a, yeah. So I send in the Butler. If they kill it, I get to get back a creature card from my graveyard, and there's some good ones in there. If they don't kill it, they go to 3. So they're probably going to Flame Blessed Bolt it, but I think we make them do it, yeah. That they do. So I think that card, the Catapult thing, you know, it is a good build around, but I don't think it's something you ever want to first pick, generally speaking, because it's so build aroundy. And for me, that makes it pretty hard for it to be the best uncommon. So we're going to hold on to this land for now. I mean, the reason to play it is I guess we could play our Demon if we draw it. Holding on to it does make our blood better later, but yeah, we probably just play it. Lunar Rejection, huh? Okay. Hello, Blood Fountain. So, Blood Fountain's pretty spicy. I really hope they don't have counter magic, but it's really good here. Feels like they have counter magic. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So we're gonna just do this now. I guess I don't have to do it now. Play the Recluse. Yeah. So I think we just want to flip this, because then we'll have both of these as 3/3s with the Drain ability. I mean, I could get creatures back instead, which isn't a terrible plan. I mean, obviously we have... I guess Rot-Tide Gargantua is pretty awesome on this board. So making them both into 3/3s is tempting, but I think just cracking the Blood Fountain at the end of their turn is probably better. Yeah, we're going to pass the turn. I guess if I hadn't played a Recluse, I could have cracked it. That thing's annoying. Alright, so you can bolt things now. And you're a good thing to sack to my Gargantua. That's not nice. Alright, so crack this. And we get back, I think, Gargantua Attendance. Alright, so we have 7 mana now, which means we can crack it and play a thing. Crack this, that is. The question is, what is it better to play? I guess it's the attendance with them at 4. Yeah. I guess we'll crack the blood first. Nah. If they have... Yeah, we'll just play this first. See if they've got the counter magic. They have to have it, basically. The situation is dire enough that that's the case. Okay, so go to combat. These are both going to transform. So next turn we should be able to kill them if we get there, and I think we're going to get there. Then we're going to crack this blood. Discard a swamp. Those both transform. So, attack with both of these, ping them twice is enough to kill them. Yeah, got there. Yeah, sending the 1/1 wasn't really worth it there. Alright, so the attendants won us another game now. The demon hasn't been our friend, but the attendants have shown up a lot. Which I'll take, you know. So we're at least going to break even on the day, 6 and 6. See if we can do a little better. Today's stream will be ending a little earlier than normal because my college football team's playing at the, the noon Eastern slot. So, but tomorrow I'll be back streaming. Yep, sometimes that does happen. The nice thing about all the recursion we've got in this deck is that we find ways to make it work more. Noon Eastern is too early for football. Yeah, most people hate 11 a.m. kickoffs when their team has them, but I'm a weirdo. I mean, obviously I stream. My stream starts at 7 a.m. my time, So I'm a morning person. I definitely prefer the earlier kicks. So I'd probably play the Butler. You definitely want to kill that with our Bolt. Okay, well now we don't play the Butler. We just play the Harvester, which is way better because we can get it back with the Butler. I mostly just like college football. I mean, I guess I like the NFL. I follow it pretty closely, especially because there's so many I'm an OU. I got my PhD at OU, and so I'm an OU person. And there's so many former OU quarterbacks starting in the NFL right now that I follow it more closely than I probably ever have. So, kind of. I don't watch nearly as much of it, though. Like, I watch my college team's game every week. I watch, like, parts of NFL games, basically. What do we want to do here? This Spore Crawler is a real nuisance with its 2-for-1-ness. I mean, I can definitely attack with my Harvester here, make the trade happen, and then get it back with my Butler, but that doesn't seem great. I think we'll just play our Dissenter and end the turn. Yeah, I wouldn't follow the NFL so closely if Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, and Kyler Murray weren't all starting at quarterbacks in the NFL. So we definitely take the hit here. But because they all are, I follow them pretty closely. So I don't think we want to crack the blood. That's going to come in handy. That also inclines me more to actually just, like, kill a thing here, since we have the Gargantua waiting in the wings. So I think I give up the Harvester here to kill that Shield Breaker, and then play Undead Butler. Shield Basher, yeah. We're going to attack for 1. Look out. Then we'll play our Butler. Milled 3 lands. Would have liked one of those with the 2 5s in our hand, but, you know, we'll probably be okay. So we probably block with the Butler and get back our Blood Tithe Harvester. I mean, it's too sweet not to do it, you know? Who's my favorite of the former OU quarterbacks? I mean, it's probably Baker Mayfield. I think most OU people would tell you that. I mean, he started 3 years in a row. The other 2 were one-year wonders. So with Baker, it was more of a long-term relationship, I guess. Ooh, that thing is not what I want to see. I can kill it with my downfall, luckily. So if I draw a land, I definitely play the Gargantua, sack the Butler. But I kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to draw a land, given that we milled, like, all our lands, you know? So, okay. So we're going to Hero's Downfall the Cadet. It's too much of a problem. Starts drawing them cards and stuff. And then we'll end our turn. I may get rid of the Scavenger, but probably not. I mean, it has a nice body on this board, so even if I don't draw a 5th land, I have a decent play. So I don't think I crack my blood. Kyler Murray of the 3 was probably the most fun to watch, but all 3 of those quarterbacks were pretty fun to watch. They were all pretty unique players. Our quarterback right now is also insanely good, Caleb Murray. So, and he's a true freshman, so that's nice. So yeah, I definitely block with the Butler here. Maybe I don't. It's interesting. I don't think I do, because I'm not going to play that next turn anyway. So I think we just take the 3 here and we wait for a different situation. Man, you're going to fight my zombie? I'm glad. I guess you don't really want to fight this zombie, maybe. Ah, well, we're okay with that. Hey, there's the 5th land. So, Rot-Tide Gargantua just got a lot less impressive. I think we probably just play our Celebrants here. So, I think I'm down with this being a trade. And I take the 4. Maybe not, though. I could double block Spore Crawler, but they get to draw a card off of it. I mean, I guess I basically do, too. My Gargantua won't have as good of things to sacrifice, so I don't think I want to do it, but it's worth considering, at least. Yeah, I had a feeling a trick maybe in the offing there. Okay, I think it's probably just time to play the Gargantua. Yeah, we're going to play Gargantua, and I think we sack... I think we sack the Butler and get back the Harvester. I mean, the Harvester is removal right now. I mean, I could get the Celebrants back again. It does trade for everything. This gives me a 2/2, which is nice, but yeah, I think we sack the Butler. And the Celebrants are just so big that maybe they're just what I want. This takes a turn to actually remove something, so yeah. So I'm sure they lose their Minister or a Spore Crawler here, which isn't amazing, but it's okay with me. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those funny cards where they decided not to have it be a preview card, but then when the whole gallery dropped, it was like, oh, cool, one of Green's best commons is revealed today. Given what we've got going on, I think maybe we just want to block here. Like, yeah, I think we just block that thing. Block this thing. Get a 2-2 out of the deal. Okay. Well, things are kind of going our way, honestly. I'm kind of inclined to play the Guest. But I think Celebrant is probably still just going to be better. Yeah. We have a lot of blood. We're going to be able to gain some life soon, which I think will help us stabilize more. I mean, we're going to have the better long game than this deck, almost assuredly. The only way that might not be true is if they have Laid to Rest, the grindy green enchantment for the human deck. So I don't think we want to discard anything in this scenario. Okay, Bleed Dry is nice. Don't need to use it yet. So I think I'd probably play the Scavenger here and get rid of a Cloaked Cadet. Yeah. And then we pass the turn. Yeah, when I Bleed Dry, there won't be a death trigger, it's true. Ooh, that's a problem. I need to draw my Flame Blessed Bolt. I can also Bleed Dry it, which might just be the best move. Thank you for the sub, Avalanche. It's probably just best to Bleed Dry this, because then we completely get rid of the downside. You know, the fact that they're going to get a real card in their graveyard. Makes me wish I'd waited a turn on my Scavenger, that's for sure. Okay, we can actually set this up. Not this turn, but next turn. So that's cool. So I think we play Gluttonous Guest here. I think we end the turn, because we want to recur something for sure. Good chance. It's probably, I don't know what it is. There's a lot of options. No worthwhile attacks. If I have 4 mana, I guess attacking with our Menace creature starts to get intriguing, because then I can blow up, like blow the block up if I want to. Yeah, you know, this is an interesting card. In my set review, I gave it a C, but I was like, it supports, like, all the decks. So it may end up being even better than that. Yeah, waiting till they put the aura on the creature works, too. It's true. So next turn, we probably crack a blood, gain a life, play Courier Bat, and then get back... I guess the Gargantua is pretty good. That Vampire Slayer is a little bit annoying. Yeah. Perfect. So, yeah, we crack one of these. Ooh. So we can do it again next turn. Yeah, so we play Courier Bat here. Gives us an aerial threat, which really matters here, too, I think. Maybe we just get the Harvester, so we have removal. I think maybe just the Harvester is better. Okay. So... we're going to attack with our bat. So I think maybe kill a thing with Blood Tithe Harvester. Another guest isn't really necessary. I mean, we do gain more life, but I just mean I want to courier bat and get back a thing, like our Gargantua. I could also use the Harvester to kill a thing, then get the Harvester back and kill another thing next turn, which is pretty spicy. Yeah, I think I'm just going to sort of wait things out here. I think we have the better long game, you know, so I don't have a problem with it. We will mill first, but I think we'll kill them before that matters, if I had to guess. Hello. Okay, well, works for me. So attack with Courier Bat. The attendants are very good on this board, so I'm pretty excited about that. If we're allowed to untap, we can just start pinging things, making more blood, doing all kinds of stuff. It's really confusing because our neighbor dog sounds just like our dog. And so sometimes I'm like, who's barking? But I can see our dog, so she's inside. So, what's our opponent doing? We have a lot of variety of pets. That's for so we have a cat and a dog, one of each. Then we have 5 hamsters, 2 mice, and 2 rats. That's everybody. Ooh. That's a pretty spicy attack. I think we can endure it, but it's no joke. All right. So, who do they tap? Attendants. Makes sense. Okay. Well then. You've got a counter now, which is annoying. But I can kill whatever you put the counter on. I think we block like that. And take the 5. I could block it with my Celebrants, which actually isn't half bad. Yeah. There's might be a trick in the mix here, but... I think clearing out their board there is pretty powerful. I can kill anything I want with my Harvester. I can kill anything I want with Bleed Dry. So we're not in any real danger. I think we basically just win now. Yeah, so... let's go ahead and Bleed Dry the Vampire Slayer here. And we're going to swing out. So I guess we'll play the land and just also ping this while we can. Gonna be hard for them to get out of this. Look at all. Look, we have 13. How on flavor is that? 13 blood? Nice. That was a nice game. We felt like a control deck for sure in that one, and we kind of are. I mean, we can definitely do some significant damage early with some draws, but obviously we want to get to 6 and 7 mana with what we have going on. So I think we can keep this. You know, we've got Blood, which is fixing in a way, like, you know, helps us find our red mana. And it also means we can transform our Recluse pretty early. Courier Bat, obviously we can set up with our guest. Do I want to trade? Probably not. So I think next turn we're cracking our blood one way or another. Probably discard the Celebrant since I have ways to get it back. Ah, that's a great draw here. So that changes things a bit. We definitely bolt the Geist. And then I think we play another Guest. And we continue to hang back and... yeah. Uh-oh. Dorothea can be a problem. However, I think just playing our Traveler here is pretty spicy. Sure, they have cards with Disturb if they want to be sacking them, but I think we're okay with that overall. Huh. There's a decent chance they have a trick here. So I kind of think we just have to take it. I mean, I guess I can throw a guest in front of that. Even 2, probably, actually. Yeah, we'll just put 2 in front of it. Because it could have a trick, but it's unlikely to be able to kill both of them. It'll just be trading for a trick. Their deck looks like a pretty legit blue-white one. The amount of stuff we've seen has really given me that impression. Okay, so obviously they're just going to let it transform now, because it doesn't matter if it transforms. Do I just play land and play Celebrants? Probably. Yeah. So you're gonna rumble. Makes sense. So I think I blocked Perish Blade Trainee here. With the amount of removal I have, I think I can get away with it. They'll put the counters somewhere else, or they'll use a trick. Oh, a trick doesn't... We're okay with that overall. I mean, we do take a big hit here. Their trainee's going to put counters on Lantern Bearer, and then they can also put this on Lantern Bearer next turn, so I guess we're kind of desperate to draw removal, but... The good news is we have blood and a lot of removal. Oh, they don't have to wait till next turn, actually. Yeah, that's gross. Alright, so... Let's dig for... a thing. I guess you do the job. You're gonna transform. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take a bunch of damage this next turn, but I think we sack both of these blood tokens. Go up to 19. And pass the turn. They can hit us very hard in the sky, but we can gain a ton of life, which is good. I don't have the... No, don't have my removal vampire in the graveyard, unfortunately. You know, attacking was probably worth it. You're probably right there. It's probably what we should have done. Since we take so much damage. Okay. So, I think I attack with Odious Witch here. Yeah, attack with our Odious Witch. Then we play Courier Bat. Get back our Celebrants. Play Mind Leech Ghoul. I think we probably just get rid of this because it gives us something to reanimate and it keeps them from getting too crazy. So we take another big hit in the air here. 6. Yeah, we go to not very much life. Yeah, you're indestructible. I get it. So that's 10. How much do I do on the backswing? 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. I can drain them once. Not enough. I can do 11 if I get block with a Gluttonous Guest here instead. Yeah, if I'd swung earlier when I should have, I think we probably would have won this game. All right. I think we're going to block there. Oh, what a time for you to show up. Yeah, we lose. We can crack our blood, I guess. Discard our demon, because we're not playing it. Ooh. Does that keep us alive for one more turn? Yes, it does. That is spicy. Okay, so we kill the Lantern Bearer here. We don't want to let them untap and potentially have a thing they can do. I like how that all spun into the graveyard. That was pretty cool. Yeah, that was a really good draw. And now we have a chance. I guess if they kill our flyer, we're dead. But I think if we untap, we win. Basically. I don't like that they're looking at my graveyard. Alright, so we definitely block this. The question is whether I take the 3. I don't think so. Because we can win so easily on the backswing. There's just too many things that kill us. They could play a blocker here, which wouldn't be good. Okay. That's not completely heartbreaking given what we have in our hand. I think I play the land here. So a 4/4 Menace is pretty good when both players are in top deck mode. The only downside is if they draw a creature, they can maybe give it +1/+1 in flying, which we don't want to happen. Alright, so we're going to crack this. Alright, another creature's good. Attack them for 4. Play our Recluse, which will transform. Okay, so I think they're still dead. Yeah. All right, we got there. I mean, I got that really lucky draw when I used a blood and found the exact removal we needed to take down the creature that was basically Geist of St. Traft, but I'll take the lucky draw. I mean, our first draft of the day was like the opposite end of the luck spectrum, so it evens out. We never did get to go off with our demon. But that's okay. We went off with our attendants a bunch.